Hello, magic makers. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this reading is for you. A transmission through the Serpent Gate, a page in the Codex, and perhaps a message you were meant to remember. Before we begin, please hit the like button. Every like is a torch lit along the spiral road. Every comment is a sigil etched into the vault of echoes. And if this message resonates with you, consider subscribing to the channel. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, these readings are not predictions, they are transmissions, and I am merely the messenger. The meaning is yours to uncover. So open the temple within and listen for what echoes back, because the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is a Princess of Cups. I think that you're somebody with a very rich imagination, a lot of dreams, a lot of symbols, a lot of symbolism, a very rich interior world, yeah? I think you're somebody who is able to see signs and synchronicities in the world around you. I think you're somebody that can listen to their heart. It doesn't mean you always let your heart drive the car, but you can listen to it, you know? I think you're somebody that likes new things, new adventures. You like new experiences, yeah. I think that you have a great capacity for love. I think that you tend to look in between things in life, you know? You don't look at the obvious. I think you try to look at what's not being said. You tend to feel between the lines, you know? You try to see what's in the shadows rather than what is like glaringly obvious, yeah. I wonder if your heart is telling you something right now. I wonder if there's something that your soul is kind of whispering to you, and you might be wondering if you should follow that whisper. Follow that sign. Follow that synchronicity that's happening outside here somewhere, and wondering, is that kind of telling me something? Is the universe dropping hints for you right now? Let's find out. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. There is, yeah, that is a high-level wisdom and discernment decision with the adjustment card. An Ace of Cups. 6 of Swords. The Magician. A Universe. Wow, okay. Interesting. A 10 of Cups. A High Priestess. Yeah, you're into it. You're definitely onto something. There's something that the universe has been dropping hints, and I wonder if they're going to start getting more obvious. The universe starts out maybe very subtle. I feel like it's going to start getting louder if you don't listen to it, okay? Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Wow, this is a prophecy, and this is powerful, okay? I think Spirit has been giving you a signal for a course correction. Okay, there is a revelation taking place here that I think is shifting your perspective. I think Spirit is trying to point out something that you've been missing or something that you've been overlooking. Okay, it's time to evolve beyond this sort of, the plan, the blueprint, the safe road that you've been traveling. Okay, this is order that's been etched into the chaos. I think it's time for you to kind of set out almost into the dark, scary forest again, in a way. I think it's time for you to evolve and expand beyond whatever this is that felt safe. There is a divine disruption taking place here. Okay. And, well, I think that maybe there is kind of this inner truth, an inner revelation, a truth from your heart, an emotional purity that is actually setting you free. Okay, you're realigning with your true self here. And I think that your heart is shifting. I think you're setting out on kind of a new journey. Maybe the Six of Swords is the old plan, or the well marked path, that trail through the woods that is paved, and there's like water fountains, and there's signs, and there's a charger for your phone and stuff. That's not the real trail. I think something in you is calling you to a new adventure. Okay, I think something is changing the kind of ground beneath your feet. I think there's kind of a new journey. There's a course correction that needs to be made. Yeah, there is some divine disruption. I want you to get your journal out, and I want you to write down one area of your life where you feel like change is really necessary. Something that almost feels like it's been written in stone. Like that's a part of my life that I don't even look at anymore, because that's how it is. That's something that's always going to be there. That's the story that's already been written. It's kind of like this is almost something that you feel would never change or never needed to change. It's something that you've kind of taken as gospel. Feel like your heart is telling you something else. Okay. And it may have to do with a partnership or a relationship. Okay? I feel like your heart has been dropping little hints. Spirit's been dropping little hints that say, this isn't what you thought it was. That maybe this is that part of your life that you thought was already all mapped out. And Spirit's saying, no. There's something there that something you overlooked, or something that isn't what it seems. These are the lines, right? Those are the lines. And the Princess of Cups is feeling in between the lines. Okay. Let's draw the hidden key from the Codex. This is the unseen cipher, the one to truth yet unrevealed. This is a card pulled at random, a fragment of the Codex beyond the known spread. It represents the factor infinite and unknown, what the Watchers have not yet allowed us to see. And we're going to put it right here with big red ant right on top. Now, we won't look at that hidden key until the end of the transmission, but when we do, it will bring all the threads together. And it will confirm the prophecy, and it will close the current page of the Codex. If you feel the pulse of intuition, if the dove current is whispering to you, tell me what you sense. Leave a comment. What do you think that hidden key will reveal? Okay? Now, as we look around the room, you'll have to excuse me for my voice. We're sick. I think I've got the flu. Everybody in the house is sick. It's not the worst thing we've been through, but it kind of is affecting my throat and stuff. So you'll have to bear with me. Yeah. We have major. Holy smokes, that's a lot. Didn't realize it was so many. Half the spread is major arcana cards. So yeah, Spirit's not so subtle, right? Spirit's saying, hey, there's something you need to do. You have the balance perhaps between your magic and the high priestess, the universe itself, you as the magic maker, and the universe saying, follow me. Okay. We have the universe here opening up your world, kind of giving you more adventure. This is a small section of the universe. It's one that you've made sense out of. And Spirit's kind of saying, out here in the vast, open, infinite universe, you got to make sense of something else now. Okay? This is one small story that we've written, one belief that we have now. This is the story that we've told ourselves about our life, but it's a small section of everything that's out there. So I think Spirit kind of wants you to write the next story. Figure out what that next story is going to be. We don't have a lot of fire in the reading. The sun obviously is a big ball of fire, so that might do for that element. You got water and water and water. You've got air back here. And you've got earth over here. Okay? So in a way, it feels like you're stepping out of the box of the narrative in which you've been living. Okay? There is I feel like it's a truth. It's a shocking truth. It's really going to set you free. Okay? Because this is something that, you believe in. This is a belief. It's not gospel. It's not proof. It's not a fact necessarily. This is your framework of the universe, and it's working until it doesn't. Okay? I think that your heart is telling you that there's something beyond what your mind has sort of gotten comfortable with believing about the world, or about a particular relationship, or about a particular partnership of some other kind. See, the high priestess is in the position of your environment, the position of your relationships. There's something hidden that's being revealed in your relationships that's going to change the details of the deal. Something is coming to light. Maybe this is a business thing, right? It could be romance, though. Something is coming to light that's going to change the terms of your contract. Does that make sense? Okay. Your current station, first card, is where you are on the spiral road. Where you are now on your spiral road, your heart is kind of like getting curious about other things. Okay? I think your heart is starting to feel other things. There's starting to be this perception, this, you close your eyes and you can see pictures in your head, Starting to see that some other things might be there. It may be that your heart or your soul or your imagination is starting to wonder, like, what does the rest of the world look like? It's kind of like when you're in your hometown and that's where you live, and let's say you don't have internet, and then you start to get kind of curious. You say, I wonder what else is out there. I wonder what's beyond the walls of the village. Yeah, and this is that curious heart. I wonder what other types of people are out there. I wonder what else I could feel. I wonder what else I could experience. The Six of Swords is like, I've experienced it, and now I know it, and I understand it, and I've written the thesis about it. I understand a certain part of the universe, and I could tell you all about it. This is my book report. Okay? The thing is, though, there are other books to read in the library. It is an infinite library that you're in. And so the Princess of Cups here at your current position, your current station on the spiral road, is a very curious one. There are other books out there. There's other stories that I could experience. There's other people I could meet, other things I could do, other joys I could enjoy, other sorrows that I could feel. But there's more to life. Okay. And it may be that Spirit is dropping these little subtle clues out there in the world around you, telling you, hey, go exploring. There's more stuff out there. Okay? And now it's up to you, of course, the battle position, card number 2. This is the force pressing against you. The choice is yours to make. You have to understand what you value the most. See, the adjustment card is holding the scales and kind of like saying, what holds more weight for you? What do you give more weight to? What has more gravitas in your life? The safety and predictability and the understanding and the sort of the order that we've established in our life, the plan that we're part of. Okay, feeling like this is something familiar, it's something we know, it's something that makes sense. That's what this card is. Okay, makes sense now. Good, we've made sense of the world. Problem solved. I wish it were like that. I wish that we could just have a very simple understanding of the world around us, in our relationships and in our path, and it's just like, that's it, I'm done. Now I can just enjoy it, right? But now it's kind of like, well, I could try to just be okay with that, or do I give more weight to the potential for a deeper understanding, the potential to experience more, to grow, to expand, to evolve? In some sense, the Six of Swords is the world reinforcing what you already believe. we're telling ourselves what we want to hear, you know. So it's, in a way, it's a confirmation bias. The world looks the way it does because, well, that's how we're looking at it. But now there's that course correction, the higher wisdom and discernment. We have to see what holds more weight. Do we give more weight to these new desires, new feelings, this curiosity, or the synchronicities? Okay, Spirit's really telling me something. That is very important to me. I'm going to take that seriously. That holds a lot of weight. But so does our worldview. So does our Six of Swords, the life that we already have put in place, the systems, the routines, the organization. Okay? I feel like you're kind of weighing pros and cons here. Yeah. I feel like it may have something to do with a contract or an agreement, a handshake agreement or a promise, or something that's kind of formal like that. It could be a marriage. It could be an unspoken agreement. Okay, it could be implied consent or implied agreement. Okay. Now might be shifting. Something inside of you is saying, might have to course correct a little bit. Might have to get out of here. And I think that is really such an awesome flow of cards here, because this is your navigation system, right? This is the map. This is the GPS coordinates locked in, and I'm just following the map. But now something inside of you says, well, I don't think this is the right, I don't think the map's given me all the information. I feel like there's something else going on that I need to go figure out, and I don't know that I should just stick to the map. You know, in a way, it's kind of the desire to go off trail. The desire to say, yeah, I could follow the directions, or I could sort of, I could take a turn here. I could go down this alleyway. I could make my own detour. You know, when Spirit is dropping these breadcrumbs for you, do you ignore them because you hold more weight to the well-established plan and all the signs on the trail that say, stay on the trail? Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe you want to play it safe. Okay. I think that this is that curiosity that kind of wants to get lost, you know? Knowing that getting lost is really us just finding our way. Yeah. Maybe the Six of Swords for you is a way, a Tao, a path, a journey, a way of life, or even a path in life that's already been given to you, one that you didn't really construct. It was just kind of like, that's what you were taught, and that's what you believe, and that's simple, and a lot of people, you know, we live our life that way. We all do, actually. We all do. The secret is we all have a Six of Swords, you know, but some of us are willing to sort of explore the perimeter of that Six of Swords and expand our Six of Swords. We all have a worldview at some point. Not many of us live completely in chaos all the time. We have some sort of a labeling of the world around us and an expectation, and we sort of, I expect the desk to feel solid, and it's solid. Yep, okay. So it works. So I've confirmed my bias there for the table to be solid. I hope it's solid because, well, I'm working here, you know. But now you've got that curiosity that says, I wonder what else could be out there. You know, I wonder what's beyond the boundary of the village. Yeah. There's something more. And this, of course, is that higher wisdom and discernment that's got to make that decision. Is it better to just stay doing what we're doing with the same kind of predictable day and the same organization and all the systems we have in place, the way I've labeled everything, the way the street names are, you know, very easy to follow, and the driving directions are straight, left, right, straight, left, right. Very simple. And now it's kind of like saying that maybe I need to go a different way and get a little lost, or figure out what else is out there. Maybe this is a road that isn't leading you to the destination that you really want to be in. I think the adjustment card here is really about how much you're willing to listen to your heart and how much weight you give that heart, that voice. Okay, it's like, you're driving and you got your GPS going and the kids in the background are saying, we got to get out of here. This isn't the right road. We got to make a left, make a right. I want to go somewhere else. I want to do something else. I'm bored. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And how much are you listening to the kids? Are you just going to turn the music up and just ignore it? Or are you going to say, okay, well, you know what? Let's get off this road. Or what if you're in your life and you're going through the normal routines of your life, but something inside of you says something bad's going to happen. I can't do this today. I got to take a different way home or something, The Ace of Cups underneath, this is inside of your soul. It's the cry beneath the silence. It's something inside of you that you probably feel as pressure or even heat in your solar plexus that's saying something's not ordinary right now. I don't want to say it's bad or good, right? It depends on how you view it. It's bad if it's threatening your pre-established worldview. It might be good if it's giving you, kind of this curiosity for something more that's out there. So it's bad in relation to this, and it's good in relation to this. But it is that swelling of that heart energy that's trying to tell you, like, there's something else. There's something here. There's a feeling almost. There's kind of a desire to begin something new. Okay? This is something that your soul remembers even if you forgot. Okay? And maybe this is just that pure essence of who you are. Maybe this is your inner truth that, is going to set you free, We have, interestingly, we have, with the princess, we have water and earth, right? The princesses are the earthy aspect of the water. So we have earth and water. And of course, we have an ace of earth and water as well, earth and water. So this is all about feelings to behaviors, the connection between you feel something and you act it out. You feel sad, you cry. You feel happy, you jump for joy. You feel frustrated and you yell, I don't know, whatever, right? That you're just sort of moved by your emotions. And usually there is a delay between that. There's a buffer, there's a filter. We're not always all going around just being impulsive, that you feel some way and that's how you act out. That's what kids do. And that's, as we get older, we kind of learn to not do that so much, right? Some of us do anyway. But that's kind of, that's the pause that we're putting here between the earth and the water and the earth, the feeling and the behavior. Now you're kind of judging, okay, what's the feeling? Should the feeling actually be influencing my behavior, or is this a feeling that I need to just feel and like file it away somewhere? Or is this something that's nagging you, keep saying, wake up, Capricorn, wake up, and okay, I should act on it. Okay, maybe it's new love, new desire. Maybe it's a warning system. Maybe it's something inside of you that's saying this isn't what you thought it was, or there's more out there for you, or this is a system that you're involved with, that you're part of, that is really limiting you. The swords cards, you know what they do? They all trend toward a birdcage. Life is a birdcage. Our thoughts are building bird cages around us all the time. And we're either going to say, I like my birdcage, I'm cool with it, or we say, I'm tired of this one, and I want to get out of this one, and I want to expand a little bit. I want to evolve my birdcage. Sometimes we just decorate the birdcage. Maybe if we painted a different color, we won't be so annoyed by it or whatever. But anyway. So the feeling to the behavior is the big thing. And the princess here is trying not to be just drowned out or overruled by your thought process. You're feeling something. Are you going to listen to the feeling or not? Okay. The Six of Swords obviously is the chain. This is one of the bars of the birdcage. This is the ancient story, the inherited pattern. This is the kind of the worldview or the belief system or the bias that influences every choice. When you're feeling something, you kind of say, does this match what I already expect to feel or see or experience in the world? Does it match what my plan already was, or the story that I was living? And a lot of the time we say, no, this feeling doesn't belong here. So I have to ignore the feeling, rather than evolving this and pushing the birdcage out a little bit, or exploring what's beyond the walls of the village. We say, that feeling is incongruent with my worldview, or with my current situation, or with the current, whatever plan, the current plan. And so we ignore the feeling. Okay. And that's something, again, you have to weigh those options. This is your limited birdcage. This is like, your birdcage could be as big as you want it to be. You're still eventually going to have a birdcage, though. Okay. Up above is that giant, that is your untapped magic maker power. I want you to claim your role as a magic maker. Leave a comment that says, I claim it. I'm a magic maker. Okay. Rallying ourselves around this magician card, because tarot, spirit, the universe, and your initiation, the spiral road, whatever you want to call it, is trying to teach you how to become a magician. You already are a magician. How do you do it better? The magician is the nervous system. The magician is their thoughts, your feelings, your psyche, your soul, and how you are able to craft that. You're doing magic by influencing the growth and evolution of your soul and the growth and evolution of the world around you. Okay? You built the Six of Swords in one form or another. Maybe it was built kind of unconsciously, but it essentially was built by you. It's your thought process. It's the way you experience the world, the way you think about things. And the more we think about things this way, and we kind of get that confirmation bias from the world around us, the stronger this gets. And the magician is realizing that neuroplasticity gets a little bit more difficult with age, because we solidify, we strengthen these neural pathways. And when our intuition, our soul, our gut, our heart, our instinct, whatever, is telling us that there's something else out there for us, that there's something feels weird, or something seems weird about the world, it's much easier to just ignore it, push it away, and deny it, and go back to our well-established grooves of thinking and feeling and believing and perceiving, rather than trying to actually construct a new birdcage or deconstruct the old one, right? It's kind of a cognitive dissonance. But it's very possible for us to learn and grow and develop and evolve and create a new version of reality. Okay? Maybe this is that gut feeling that says something's not right about this relationship. Okay, well, you either ignore it because it doesn't fit into what you want to see or what you expect to see, and that's you're still creating, you're still doing magic. Or you say, okay, well, since I'm getting this feeling and I'm going to believe in this feeling, it means that my expectation of the world, or my worldview, or my thought process must not be right. Because right now it feels like there's an incongruence between what you think and what you feel. Okay? And so you're either going to deny what you feel, or you're going to remodel what you think. And you're going to allow that data, that heart energy, to come in and change the way you're looking at this particular relationship, partnership, or situation that you're in. So the first thing is to really admit that, okay, yeah, I feel like something's not right here. Maybe there is evidence coming in that says what you thought and what you sort of believed is not all there is. I feel like there is something that is going to be revealed that's going to confirm your suspicions or your feelings or that instinct that you have, the intuition that you might be experiencing. Okay? The magician is here to say you are able to adapt to whatever this new information is that's being revealed, and you can restructure your life, your thought process, your mind, your beliefs, and your perceptions in order to expand your life and expand your worldview. Okay? Now, I know we're kind of getting a little abstract or whatever, but to bring it down to very simple terms, There's a situation that you're involved in with another person. You have a feeling about it, that you've been trying to deny that feeling. That feeling is going to be confirmed. And that confirmation, it may be a shocking truth. It may disrupt something. Okay? It's going to change the terms of this agreement. Okay? And it's going to allow you then to perhaps negotiate for something else, something different, something better, or for you to realize that, okay, well, now my suspicions were correct. Now I'm free to create the thing that I want to have. If this is a relationship or if this is a business thing, it's better to know the truth than not. Okay? In the future position is that universe. That's what you're going to become, right? That's the highest, that's your ideal form. And this is infinite expansion. This is a limitation being removed, a boundary or a blockage being taken away. So it's the bars of the birdcage that are no longer there. You're no longer bound by a belief that I think was almost like there's some false pretenses. You know what I mean? Because it means if this is, you're in a partnership with somebody, this is the terms of the contract. You have a feeling that something's not right about this. Either that you don't want to sign it, you don't want to be part of it, there's something that they didn't tell you, there's some kind of you're being misled in some way. Okay, the magician trusts that instinct and is able now to get out of those terms or that agreement or that contract in order to negotiate for a better one. Because you will have a birdcage at some point. Okay, you will have some sort of contract or agreement, or even if it's just an agreement with the world around you. Okay, maybe it's not necessarily exactly a contract on paper typed out and notarized or whatever, but it's your agreement that you are negotiating with the universe about what the world is for you. Okay, so now it's enabling you to free yourself from this limited kind of contract and negotiate for better terms. Okay, and we can take that literally and also philosophically. We're going to talk about the path of the serpent, 10 of cups. This is what you actually want. This is that kind of fulfillment. This is saying, I'm very happy with the terms of our agreement. I am blissful. There's nothing that I'm not getting that I wanted. All your non-negotiables are being granted. I think that this is really like an ultimate kind of fulfillment. This is a contentment. This is satiety. This is saying, I'm not hungry for anything else. I have everything that I need. Okay? In other words, I think that your instinct or your gut in this situation as it is, like your tummy's rumbling. It's saying, wait a minute, I'm hungry for something else. This isn't enough for me. This isn't satisfying to me. This doesn't have everything that I wanted it to have. Okay? Or it's kind of saying like, there's a lot of food here, but it's not the food I want to eat. It's not the nourishing kind of food. Okay? Or there's not enough of it, or I'm not getting all of my needs met. Because this is what you ultimately want. Okay? This is now all your needs are being met. Everything that you desire in this kind of, it's like you're shopping for a car. Right? And right now this is the car, this is the contract, this is the financing agreement. These are all the options on the car. It's got the power windows and whatever. But there's something inside of you that says, I don't know. I don't feel right about this. I can't put my finger on it yet, but I don't feel right about this. Okay? And then, of course, you're going to say, okay, you know what? We got to renegotiate. We got to sit back. I'm not ready to sign yet. We got to sit back down and I got to talk about it. We got to renegotiate. Because maybe with that 10 of cups, you're realizing that that car doesn't have everything you wanted. And you shouldn't have to settle for something less just because, well, I don't know, for whatever reason, because it's there and whatever. So you can renegotiate life so that you can have more of these things that are important to you. This is how you want your life to feel. This is the emotional life that you want to have. Maybe you don't care about the color of the wallpaper. You don't care the type of furniture in the house. You don't care like what kind of car it is. You don't care what color the car is, right? But you know how it should feel when you get into it. It should feel safe. It should feel fun. It should feel fulfilling. It should feel, intimate. It should feel connected. I don't know. It's a car. It should have a feeling to it, right? But this is how you want your life to feel. You want it to be satisfying in as many ways as possible, okay? So basically, the situation as it is doesn't have everything that you need. Don't settle, okay? The High Priestess, however, is coming in as your intuition. It's in the position of your shadow, okay? The part of you that you buried in the vault of echoes. It's been haunting. It's been whispering. It wants to be embraced. And I think this is you embracing it, okay? It's that feeling down inside of you that says something is not right. Maybe you don't know what it is yet, but Spirit's telling you don't sign it, okay? Don't formalize the agreement. Don't make it official. Don't give in just yet. You can still renegotiate for more of what you want. Maybe it's even saying don't compromise at all. You find something that has everything you want, or you just say no. Maybe it's all or nothing for you, right? Ace or a 10. Is it a 1 or a 10? Is it a beginning or is it an end? Is it everything or is it, nothing in potential here? The High Priestess is you now embracing your intuition, taking the hand that's being offered as guidance. This card is also talking about some sort of revelation. So now you've said, wait a minute, I'm not signing that loan for that car. Come to find out, that car was in an accident and they didn't tell you. Something like that, right? There's some sort of revelation that's taking place. It's going to be that shocking truth that says, it's a good thing you listened to your gut. Maybe you didn't know what your instinct or your intuition was telling you, but I had a feeling. And so I said, wait, I'm not ready yet. I need a little time, okay? You don't know why, but if you listen to your gut, you will soon realize that, oh, okay, that truth is coming to light. And you're going to be very happy that you listened to your gut. Yeah. The Ace of Pentacles there that's the mirage. It's the illusion. The obstacle that may not be real. It has power if you believe in it. And as such, this card is kind of saying that it's kind of saying that you're not capable of making that a new step. Or it's that even that we're unable or unwilling or powerless maybe powerless to walk away, but it's kind of like saying, yeah, you may have already signed the agreement or you may have already basically committed to something, but you can always get out of it. You can always change your mind. You can always say no. You can always shift your course, okay? The illusion or the lie here is that you're not capable of then walking away and going and finding something else. Starting the process again. Let's say it's that car and you say, wait a minute, I'm not signing, I don't want the car. No matter what kind of pressure is being put on you. You're trusting your intuition, okay? But then, of course, the fear or the unwanted energy here is that now I got to start the process all over again. Now I got to go out on another date and I got to meet somebody else, or now I've got to go and I've got to interview with some other companies, or now I've got to go to a different dealership. I got to look at new cars. I got to start the whole process over again. Ugh, right? But the illusion here is that this is too hard, But it makes sense that we don't want to. So sometimes we just settle for what's right in front of us because I just don't want to have to go through the process all over again. Yeah. But that's the mirage here, is that this is not an option, or that you're not capable, or that this is too much, because you can. And yeah, you may not want to, but it's there. That step is there for you to take. Okay? And to me, this is kind of like you're being given the gift of an exit. It's like I don't know if every place has this, but California had that lemon law. You buy a used car, and then I don't know what it is, like if it's in 10 days, there's some kind of major problem that wasn't disclosed or something like that, then you have a right to kind of go and get your money back, something along those lines. I don't know. I've purchased many lemons in my life, especially in California. But the final card, the Destiny card, to me, this is a card now of seeing way more of the world than you ever did before. Okay? More of the universe is being illuminated for you. Because whatever this framework is, it's a filter being put over the sun, the radiant sun, all the light. This is one filter through which, you perceive the world. So taking that away then, or expanding it or reframing it, gives you more of the illumination. This is an enlightenment or an enlightening. Each beam of light is like one way of looking at the world. Okay? Or it's one focus of your perception. One ray of light, right? I feel like it's a card of clarity. I feel like this is you now seeing more of the facts, seeing more of the universe that's out there, and having an expanded perception, expanded awareness. I think that this is truth. I think it's also your autonomy. I feel like it's your confidence. It's also joy and happiness. Okay? And I think that this really is like, this is your intuition being validated and confirmed. Now there's a clarity. Now there's nothing hidden from your perception. You trusted your intuition, and this is you getting that confirmation of like what the facts really are, like what really was going on. Okay. And I feel like there's nothing being hidden from you any longer. All the shadows, it chases away all the shadows, I want to look at the mystery card. And, what do we think this is going to be? Maybe another adjustment card. Okay? It may be a lover's card. It may be a 2 of something. It may be a card of union. So we could have an ace, we could have a 2, we could have an adjustment card. Maybe we're going to get the devil card, your power card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see. Well, it's a 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. So the 7 of Pentacles is really that kind of, it's that kind of work, where we don't want to have to go and continue toiling for something, that it's sort of easier to just have what's right there in front of us. Going from a 6 of Swords to now a 7 of Pentacles, it's basically saying like, I have to construct something new, and it's easier to just take what's already there and to accept what's in front of us, rather than having to kind of do this work, to construct something else, or to build a different framework. Okay, it almost makes us feel like it's not worth it to try to get more of what we want in life. Okay, I think Spirit's trying to say that it is going to be a lot of work. Okay, you're cultivating a garden. Okay, you're building something. And I think that, I think that it's going to be challenging, of course, but it's better to do so. It's better to do this hard work. I think either way it's going to be work. I think it's better to do that work with a full perception, with full clarity, full disclosure, okay, about what you're doing and what you're getting into, and so that you can make the choice if you're going to, if you're going to stay back here and just continue building this, or if you are doing a course correction and you're going to have to take your chances kind of in a different place. Okay, this is also the card of failure. Okay, and I think that it is kind of a suggestion that, is it really a failure if you follow this particular recipe and you don't get the you don't get the whatever apple pie that it promised you, right? You're following that course, you're following that plan, but the outcome didn't bear fruit. Is that a failure? Is that your fault? And it's like, I followed the instructions. I didn't get what I wanted out of it. We're not going to go back and do it again necessarily, right? And so it may be that Spirit's trying to tell you, your intuition is trying to tell you that following this plan is not going to yield any fruit for you. It's not going to give you any results. Okay? It may be Spirit's trying to tell you that this car, this loan agreement or whatever, this contract you're about to sign is going to be all work and no reward. That there's something that's not harmonious or not even maybe not honest about it. Okay? Anyway, this transmission is going to continue beyond the gate. Okay? In the extended reading, we'll cast an I Ching hexagram, we will draw from the oracles, and we'll open a new cluster of keys from the codex. If you feel called to continue, the path is open. There's a link in the corner here. There's a link in the video description. New transmissions for Capricorn Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to receive both. Subscribe if you haven't yet. It aligns your signal with the dove current and ensures that the next page of the codex will find you. Leave a comment and let me know where along the spiral road you're watching from. It helps us map the resonance of the temple. I want you to remember you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. The codex reveals itself through you. I thank you and I love you, and we are all walking this path together.